Hey guys, 7WD Rocks here. Happy New Year. I've been making this video kind of late. I will say these aren't the best predictions in the world. I kind of rushed it, especially with PWG and Lucha Underground, just because they're so unpredictable. I mean, it's really hard to say, make even any predictions for those companies. So I will say I did rush this, and I apologize for it, but I really wanted to get this video out on January 1st so we can look back on it, throughout the year and whatnot. So, but I hope you're having a great, Happy New Year's Day and just having a lot of fun. So, let's get right into it. It's 5 companies: WWE, TNA, Ring of Honor, PWG, and Lucha Underground. Remember, this isn't anything to actually care about and look back and say, oh, my prediction sucked or whatever, or I was way off. I don't care. This is just to be funny and look back at it and be like, wow, I thought of dumb stuff that was gonna happen, and just laugh at it. So nothing too insane to talk about and be like, oh, that pick sucked or whatever, but WWE, I had the top 3 guys. I put 4 just because one of them is currently injured. So, but I went with Roman Reigns. I feel like he's gonna have a lengthy run with the title. Kevin Owens, definitely I hope his breakout year. John Cena, just because he had such a great year this year with the United States Championship, I feel like only things are gonna get better. How it's John Cena. How can they get better? But well, you know what I mean. And the 4th guy was Seth Rollins, and I'll get into him a little later. When he comes back, I think it's gonna be monstrous. But I said Brock's gonna win the Rumble, setting up Brock versus Roman Reigns 2 at WrestleMania. I just feel like that's pretty much the only way they could go. Maybe Triple H win the Rumble. I don't know. Rollins returns as a face. I think if he came back as a face, it'd be freaking insane and so good. And it seems like they're not planting that seed, but I really hope they do, and he comes back and he gets this huge face reaction and everyone loses their mind. That's what I really, really want to see, especially with him winning Superstar of the Year. You kind of have to turn him face. I put NXT in WWE category. I just said NXT becomes this big tour. We see a lot of new independent faces, and I think by the end of this year we're gonna look back to 2015 and think these NXTs look different. The 2015 NXT looks a lot different from 2016, for the better, though. And we're going to see some awesome new faces, a lot of independent people that we never thought we'd see in WWE or NXT. But I think NXT is going to freaking skyrocket this year. And that's my WWE stuff. I had one more. Change will happen. So I think somehow something big's coming, something, that it's not going to feel like, week in and week out we're watching Raw and it's so boring. I think something big's going to happen where we're interested in the product again and really hyped for it. Fingers crossed, I hope. TNA, I had, we'll go out of business. No, just kidding. But for my top 3 guys, kind of the same as last year. EC3, The Wolves, and Matt Hardy. EC3 and Matt Hardy, I think, will fight for the belt, maybe have a even bigger feud. The Wolves, they'll just be running the tag team. But I did say the Wolves will get some tag team competition. So hopefully they get, some tag teams with them. Because right now, it's literally the Wolves. And, I mean, they've done all they can do right now in TNA. They got to break them up or something. I don't want to, I don't want them to be broken up. But they got to do something to make them, exciting. And I think they're exciting. Obviously, they have great matches. But got to get something for them. I had Andrew Everett wins the X Division Championship. If you got him on your roster, Andrew Everett has to win that title. It has to happen. TJ Perkins has a breakout year. I think he will be done with the Manic gimmick. He'll debut as TJ Perkins, or re-debut, be repackaged, and have a great year. Fingers crossed on that. And I think this has to happen because it's TNA. At the Pop debut show, January 5th, coming up pretty soon, a faction will... Probably a heel faction, obviously. So I see a heel faction popping up because TNA always has to have their factions. And that was my TNA stuff. So Ring of Honor, my top 3 guys: Roderick Strong, Jay Lethal, and the Young Bucks. I had Strong build to the TV title again through his Versus the World challenge. Right now he's basically doing Cena's Open challenge. He's facing the world or whatever. So he's versing anybody. They're bringing in some ultra-violent hardcore guy at one of the tapings to verse him. So I feel like just going to be a bunch of surprises, which will be cool to see. But I have him losing the title at Best in the World. I don't predict who, but I think he'll lose it have a good run till Best in the World and then lose it to some big surprise guy. I have Lethal drops the title to Elgin. I say that because I don't see how, I don't think he's going to lose it at Wrestle Kingdom 10 to Elgin, but I feel like them giving Elgin the Survival of the Fittest win, then having this match at Wrestle Kingdom 10, feel like somewhere down the line Elgin's going to win the title back. So, yeah, I know people are like, oh, I hate Elgin, but I think Elgin's going to take the title off him. And I had a Motor City Machine Gun reunion, but it will turn into a Generation Next or like a Generation Present or something. We'll get a faction going with Shelly, Sabin, and some other Seidel, other people like that. So I'm really hoping for that, honestly. And moving on to PWG, Roderick Strong again. So he's in Ring of Honor and PWG, both great years, I think, for him in the future. Zack Sabre Jr. and Mike Bailey. They're building Bailey up so much. They have to go with this guy. I mean, he's insane. He's so good. And he's the perfect underdog going right now. I had Zack Sabre Jr. wins the title because he did win Bola, of course. So I think he's going to get that title shot, beat Roderick Strong. But Adam Cole and Roderick Strong are having, not a feud right now, but there's tension in Mount Rushmore 2.0, so I think maybe Cole accidentally costs him the belt. Maybe they do a run-in. He goes for a super kick on Sabre Jr., ducks out of the way. He hits Roderick Strong, costing him the belt. They get a feud going. And me and my buddy, WTNA1152, Charles, he had this idea, but I think it's amazing. It has to happen. I think Mount Rushmore 2.0 will break up, and it will be, but Young Bucks don't know who to pick, so it'll be Roderick Strong and one of either Nick or Matt versus Cole and the other Young Bucks. I think that has to happen at a PWG show. Got to be the Young Bucks on different sides along with their Mount Rushmore 2.0 people. I think that's money. I mean, they freaking have to do that. I would love that. If the Mount Rushmore ends up breaking up like that, I feel like you got to do a match like that. And so that's all I had for PWG. Just says it's unpredictable, and again, sorry I'm rushing. But for moving on to Lucha Underground, the top three guys, Prince Puma, just because they signed him to that monstrous contract, and he's gonna come back. He was the best of freaking 2015 for Lucha Underground. Pentagon Jr. and Son of Havoc. So I have Pentagon Jr. winning the world title and Joey Ryan becoming a fan favorite. I think I could do a lot of predictions. I guess just right off the bat, I think Phoenix will defend his Aztec Medallion Championship thing a few times. I think finally he'll cash in versus Mil Muertes and probably lose. I don't know who's going to take the title off of Mil Muertes. I would think it has to be a face because I do think down the road Pentagon Jr. definitely will win the title. So I think it would have to be a face holding it for him to defeat. But I mean, a lot of great things for this. So those are my predictions. Sorry, the last two I kind of flaked out on, but I rushed it, and I wanted to get this video out today though. So thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. Follow me on Twitter at 7WRocks. Let me know what you think of my predictions down below. Put some of your own, down below if you got any, and I'd love to hear them. And thank you so much for watching. As always, have a great day and Happy New Year. Here's to 2016.